So in this tutorial, I'm going to talk you through replies. Now, replies are kind of the same thing as comments. So it's going to be going to the pages you selected in your pages list. So this is one of these pages. And instead of posting comments here, like one of these comments, it's instead going to be replying individually to other users who have already commented. So it's kind of like an extra layer of engagement. So it's really pushing out, not just posting comments, but actually engaging and replying to the people who have made these comments. And this is a highly, highly, highly effective way of getting extra fans, because if one of these people sees that you've actually taken the time to reply to them, or they think that you've taken the time to reply to them, then that's going to really get you extra fans. It's going to get you lots of extra fans. So, replies. Once again, we need to create 15 different ones. And once again, we need to use I recommend that you use Spintax highly. So it works in the same way as before, and you could really just use the same sort of strategy as you used with comments, where you can just write statements that these people are going to agree with. Apple is the most revolutionary tech company ever. And once again, you want to put some Spintax in it. So let's put, I'm going to spin tech with nothing. So I'm going to put that there. So if we test that out, it's going to, Apple is the most revolutionary company ever. Apple is the most revolutionary tech company ever. And I'm going to spin most revolution, and I'm going to spin ever within history. Actually, I'm going to spin this with I've ever seen. So there we go. Apple is the most revolutionary tech company I've ever seen, and I can test this out. Apple is the most revolutionary tech company I've ever seen. Apple is the most revolutionary company I've ever seen. Apple is the most revolutionary tech company ever. So there we go. We've got so that's basically exactly what we talked about in the comments, where we've got a statement that people can agree with, and that we've got 2 to 3 different pieces of Spintax in. That's exactly the kind of comment we want to use. So I'm going to add that one. And that will be posted as a reply to someone who has made a comment on one of the pages that you're engaging with. However, there's a different strategy that you can use with replies. I think this probably works even better, and that's to praise the person who has made the comment. So, for example, if you were to praise something like, this girl here, so it would automatically go out and praise her, you could just say something like, great comment, I love it. And that would be, this is a reply to someone who has made a comment. So saying, great comment, I love it. That's something that's really going to, impress someone, and it's going to make them potentially like your page. And that's what you want to do. But remember, we need to add Spintax to this. So I'm going to put I love it. Instead of I love it, I'm going to put I. So I'm going to spin this with I really like it. And then I'm going to add a little bit more Spintax, and I'm going to put more of the same, please. So if we test this out, great comment, I love it, more of the same, please. Great comment, I really like it. It took a while for it to randomize there. Great comment, I really like it, more of the same, please. So this is a fantastic reply to use, because remember, this is replying to people who have commented. So it's posting a reply to something like this. Add this. And I'm just going to work through a couple more examples with you for replies. So I'm going to say, And you can keep this quite short. Say something like, "I'm the biggest Apple fan ever. Love this." And spin this with really like. Oops. Really love. I'm going to spin that with really like. And I'm going to put comment with nothing. So let's have a go. So we've got, "I'm the biggest Apple fan ever. Really love, really like this. Comment or nothing." So let's test it. "I'm the biggest Apple fan ever. Really love this. I'm the biggest Apple fan ever. Really like this. Comment." So that's a really good reply to use. So remember, you're trying to do something that kind of flatter the people that that have posted comments. So let's work through another one. Let's say plus one, totally agree with this, and spin totally with really. So plus one, totally, really agree with this. So this is posting a reply. Someone has posted a comment. We're going to post a reply saying plus one, totally, really agree with this. And we can test it out. Plus one, really agree with this. Plus one, totally agree with this. And then I'm going to add another bit of syntax onto the end saying liked. And spin that with nothing. So if we test this out, plus one, really agree with this. Plus one, really agree with this. Liked. So that's again a really great reply to use. So I'm going to add that. And now let's add another one. Really, I'm going to use the heart symbol here. So really love this, really agree. I'm going to, instead of love, I'm going to put spin this with agree with. Really love, agree with this. And then I'm going to use this liked thing on the end here. Again, so really heart, love, agree. So that doesn't make any sense, does it? Remove that. Really love, agree with this, liked. There we go. And actually, I'm going to add a third option to this syntax here. So I'm going to add another one in here, and I'm going to use the little heart symbol. There we go. So if we test this out, it's going to go really love, agree with, heart, this, liked, nothing. So let's try it out. Really heart, this, liked. Really heart, this. Really agree with this, liked. So again, that's a really great reply. So you can keep these ones a lot more generic than your comments if you want to, and it should still get good results. Just remember the objectives here. Also, I should point out at this point, I'm going to add this one here, with your comments and your replies, you can choose how quickly you want them to run. So you can push them up to much more often to post replies, as quickly as possible, as quickly as the app will allow. Same with comments, you can choose them to much more often to post as quickly as the app will allow. What I will say is this depends on how active your pages are. So if I'm engaging here with fan pages that got loads and loads of activity. There's loads of big active fan pages I can find to do with Apple products. However, if your fan page is about something a lot more niche, where there isn't as much activity and there aren't as many posts, you're probably going to want to slow this down a bit, because otherwise you'll be posting too many comments on two inactive pages, and it'll probably come across a bit more spammy. Because when you're posting lots and lots of different comments to page like this, it's the page owner's not going to notice. But basically, yeah, this is just your own tolerance. You can decide what you want to do with this. It's been tested and safe at much more often. However, if you want to, you may just want to ease off a little bit, and just to be on the safe side, pull down the frequency a bit to less. for the comments and the replies. But yeah, just takeaway. Remember, one takeaway from this I'll say is remember your objectives. With comments, you want to write a statement that people will agree with and it will attract their attention. With replies, you want to flatter the person you're replying to. And so yeah, do 15 of each, put some spin tags in all of them, and you should get really great results.